Ad-free shows fans, it's another edition of On One with John Alba here on adfreeshows.com. I got Damian Priest with me, one of the pieces of one of the hottest new acts in all pro wrestling, Judgment Day, and you got a big match here, SummerSlam weekend, against the Mysterios. Rey Mysterio just celebrated 20 years in wrestling. I know things aren't too great between you guys right now, but when you think about getting a chance to compete with a legend like him on this stage, what does that mean to you?
I mean, so Rey has actually been in the business for more than 30 years, sure, but in the WWE 20, that's wild. And to see him at the level that he's performing, it's just, I mean, he hasn't lost a step. It's crazy. So for me, being in the ring with a legend, and the fact that he can still go on that level, it's humbling. It's pretty cool. It's like, those are the things that I didn't think were going to happen. I didn't think that was going to be possible. I didn't think I was going to be able to share the ring with guys like that on that level. So for me, it's still a big deal. Yeah, we're feuding and everything, but he's still Rey Mysterio, and to me, that's still a huge deal.
I was going to say, especially given your background, Rey Mysterio, he's a Latino icon. Regardless of where you're from, Central America, Mexico, he has blazed so many trails. So to know that you're part of that legacy now, getting a chance to compete with him on such a high stage, what does that attest to your journey, especially growing up, seeing a guy like him?
Well, I'll put it like this. Like, I get complimented a lot by Latinos, for representing and whatnot. And he paved that way, guys like him and Eddie. And it's really neat. Like, now firsthand, I'm seeing what impact he has on the culture. And, and I'm side by side there and within the company. So it's huge, and it's still just as meaningful now as it was years ago when I would watch him on TV and think, wow, like, look, a Latino's actually succeeding in something. You know what I mean? Like, it was still a big deal because minorities, that was a thing, and now he's part of that movement that made us, on the same level, so especially in this business. So it's really neat, that I get to, like, now share that with him and do my own thing, and because I've learned from him.
What I'd love to ask you about, too, you're somebody that in your short time on the main roster, a couple years now, you've had a chance to be in some pretty featured matches on prominent shows. WrestleMania with Bad Bunny. Here you're going against, like someone you just said, an icon like Rey Mysterio in front of 35,000, 40,000 people. To be at that stage so far after such a journey that it's taken to get to this point, how are you making sure you're staying in the moment with that?
That's the thing is every day is a moment for me, I didn't even think I was going to make it this far, let alone anywhere. So every time, something happens, I try not to think about it too much because it'll overwhelm me. Every once in a while things hit me. Like, I remember last year SummerSlam when I won the U.S. title and I worked with Sheamus, who's another one that's going to be a Hall of Famer. I remember going into the hotel room that night, and to me it was just, okay, focus on tomorrow. We got Raw and we got the next pay-per-view and whatnot. And then, but it was like a moment that it hit me, and I just kind of, oh my God, I can't believe this is my life. So it's one of those things, I have to focus and try my best to look ahead and think about what's next and accomplishing another moment, or else it'll just overwhelm me and too much emotion, because it's crazy. This is all I ever wanted. And then when you have it, it's, you could have more. So I just focus on that, because if not, like I said, I'll crumble and I'll be a mess.
I got time for about one more here. We're talking with Damian Priest on 101 with John Alba. The news recently, Paul Levesque taking over creative here in WWE, somebody that worked very hands-on with you in the NXT system. That character tweak that you guys made really helped get you over the top in WWE. What kind of opportunities do you look forward to with him leading the ship, and how do you think he'll perform in that role?
He's a wizard when it comes to this business. I've never met somebody who's so good at this business. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's because he was one of the boys, and now he's on the other side, but he has a different view, and he's 100% a great businessman. So he has both sides. It's a win-win, So I look forward to what new adventures are, because like you said, working with him in NXT, I learned so much, and we were able to create something special that translated onto the main roster. So now with him here again, it'll be interesting to see. For me, I'm excited. Where it's like, well, this is we could do this again. And reinvent something maybe. It's one of those things. I don't know what's going to happen. As far as my career goes, but it's exciting to know that the possibilities. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we very much appreciate your time here on Ad Free Shows, 101 with John Alba. We got plenty more coming from this WWE scrum. We'll see you in a little bit.